Hey guys, Shadylikeatree here, and welcome into Reminiscing with Shady, episode 52. This is Space Jam. And before you are completely lost and filled with confusion and excitement, what I have here for you, I have two of the mini games. This is the first mini game before you play your game, where you're supposed to collect Jordan's various uniforms and things. So you get shoes and his two jackets and his shorts and all those things. And then the next one is right here. This is a Bugs Bunny. You got to find the secret stuff bottle. And then I've got the third and fourth quarter of the game featuring Bugs, Lola, and Michael. So, Space Jam was released on the Sega Saturn in 1996. It was also released on October 31st, 1996 for PlayStation, and January 7th, 1997 for DOS. Microsoft, I think it's called Microsoft DOS. I remember that vaguely from back in the day. It's very similar in gameplay style to how NBA Jam used to be, kind of the old version. The newer versions are a little bit better handling. But it's a lot like NBA Jam. In fact, Acclaim Entertainment, who published the game, also made NBA Jam. It was a DOS game too. This was developed by Sculptured Software, distributed by Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment. Single player, multiplayer, you have two teams. One of the cool features of this game, you can play as the Looney Tunes, or you can play as the Monstars if you so choose. So some of the characters that were available, I'll just list them off here. You got Michael Jordan, Bugs Bunny, Tasmanian Devil, Lola Bunny, Sylvester, Wile E. Coyote, Foghorn Leghorn, Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, Daffy Duck, Pepe Le Pew, and Porky Pig are some of your choices, and then of course you get to play all five Monstars if you so choose. There are a lot of memories and thoughts I have at the game. As you can see, I'm up by 22 points at half. I thoroughly dominated. It didn't take very long to get back into this game, as opposed to episode 51 of Frogger, when I struggled mightily. But Space Jam to me was a game I played when I was a kid. I was about 8 years old when it came out, and I had it for PC. I didn't have it for console. I love this movie. This was my favorite movie growing up. I watched it a lot. And Michael Jordan, for those of you who are maybe a little bit younger, for someone like me, I live here in Ohio, and I watched the Bulls growing up. I still have Michael Jordan posters on my wall. He was my favorite player. He was, I argue he was the greatest player of all time. Whether or not that's true or provable, I don't know. But he was every teenage boy's idol, back in the day, or not even teenage boy, but young kid. You looked up to him, you wanted to play basketball like him, and everyone used him as an example of how to be a better player. And if you didn't make a basketball team, well, Michael got cut from his middle school team. How that story goes. But This is actually based off a movie, the Space Jam movie, which starred Michael Jordan. Also had Bill Murray in it. It had the Looney Tunes in it. And also other NBA players at the time: Charles Barkley, Muggsy Bogues, Sean Bradley, Patrick Ewing, and I think Larry Johnson was the other. So this was kind of a cool crossover. And what was really interesting about the NBA is it kind of got young kids interested in the NBA a little bit, in professional basketball. Michael filmed this during the off season, and it was kind of set in the past when he took his mini hiatus, when he kind of left basketball to go do baseball. Even though he was only in Double-A in baseball, he still came back after. I think he only missed one season, maybe two. He came back, and he played again, and he won 3 more championships after that. So actually, he won it, I think, in 90. 91, 92, 93. He took the 94, 95 year off, I believe. And then the Bulls won it again in 96, 97, 98, I want to say. So he won 6 championships. He was playing with Scotty at the time, and all of those players. But I just remember playing this game, and I wasn't very good at it on PC because the PC controls were really, really hard. And playing it on PlayStation 1, which is how I'm playing it this time around, was much easier than I remembered. I don't know if it was just because I was terrible at video games back then, or what it may be, but at the end of the day, it was just it was a difficult game for little old 8-year-old 7-year-old me to play at the time. Plus, computer games weren't as easy to deal with as console. I mean, even back then, they weren't as easy to just mess around with in a whole. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here after the third quarter just because the fourth quarter is not that exciting after looking at it, and I don't want to make you guys sit through another 6 or so minutes of me just shooting a basketball that is more than likely going to go in. So I'm going to end the video here. I certainly hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Reminiscing with Shady, as I hope you enjoy all episodes. This has been episode 52, Space Jam.